Retrophonic Funk Machine has opened for quite a few big New Zealand acts. What has this done for the band?
It's good for experience, isn't it? Like playing in front of bigger crowds and getting to know some of the bigger bands. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know, I guess it makes you feel good about your music, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a bit of inspiration to like kind of hang out backstage with those bands and like see how they do their job in a way, like see what how it's supposed to be done, kind of thing. It's quite good.
It's also very eye-opening. Like there's a certain band we've played a couple of times with, and they tour a lot, and they're always very tired. They're great guys, but and yeah, I think it's sort of eye-opening to what the life as a musician can be like as well when you're sort of on the road all the time.
Yeah, but obviously one of the biggest benefits you get is just exposure.
Yeah. That's a pretty big thing when you're just starting out.
It is quite weird when you actually think about when we sort of were starting out. Like if someone had said then that we would like open for the Black Seeds in about a year's time, it would have been really crazy to us. Like, but then it's funny how once you've kind of done it, it's not doesn't seem like such a massive thing. But a few years ago we would have been running around like little girls. If we heard so. Yeah.
And 10 was the first time.
Thank you, Ralph.
Are there ever any difficulties with being in such a large group?
Yeah, the van smells pretty bad.
It's pretty hard to organise nine people to get to a venue to rehearse.
And you need a big room to fit everyone in, and then just getting 8 or 9 people's timetables to line up.
It just gets confusing. I forget people's names. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't know which one I am. It's a nightmare. Really.
And that's the advantage of a tour, though, of course, is having a big band. It's like, you're always meeting new guys in the band. So, like, sitting next to someone,
you're in the band.
New conversation every time.
Retrophonic Funk Machine have just released their first album, Operating Manual.
We recorded the album at Albany Street Studios, which is now part of the university, and we did it with a local engineer, Stu Howard. It was real fun to work with him. He also mixed the album, so we spent a few sessions down in Stu's basement bedroom by the computer.
Yeah, that's a good representation of what we're about, I think.
Yeah.
Tells the story.
Not everyone seems to tell me that though. So a lot of people obviously we've had at least one review that said that it's not exactly like the live experience, which as I've heard from these guys point out, is like that's a sort of a redundant thing to say because no album ever is exactly the same as the live.
Well, not lives up, but nothing ever kind of captures them.
Exactly, you can't really capture that. But
it may be a bit smoother than our live stuff. I don't know, but I don't think it's a bad thing. You can kind of, when you're in the studio, you can do stuff that's different to what you do live. I thought it's cool that we could kind of take some tracks in some different places that you couldn't actually do on stage. So I think that we kind of made the most of that.
It's still pretty. It's never possible to be entirely happy with a recording.
What sort of response have you got from the album?
Some people have said better than the Beatles, I don't know.
Sometimes one gets the feeling that reviewers can miss the point, but again, that's their opinion. So,
I wonder if sometimes people who review it just aren't used to listening to kind of instrumental music, because the comment we get a lot of people say, maybe if you had vocals it could be better and stuff. But if you look at, say, a lot of jazz music, for example, there's no vocals, and it's just, there's nothing unusual at all about having an album that's just all instrumental.
The no vocals thing comes up quite often.
I think a lot of people just see bands, they're used to seeing bands with vocalists, so that's one of the first things they'll notice is that they're all instrumental, But there are a huge amount of bands out there who don't have vocalists. It's just not. I guess a lot of people just aren't that familiar with it.
One thing that a lot of people seem to assume is that we haven't really considered the idea of having a vocalist as our band. You know, we've thought about that a lot.
And this is what we've chosen to do.
Yeah. We have actually tried songs with vocals, and it just kind of worked, but we just realised it wasn't. It didn't fit in at all with the other stuff, so we just kind of thought, we'll just kind of leave that.
And it was totally satisfactory to us to be as we were, kind of thing.
So, where to from here?
Well,
Good question. Yeah. We're kind of working on that at the moment. We're in discussions about how things are going to evolve, I suppose.
Yeah, we'd like to do some more recording this year. But the future of the band's a bit uncertain with people kind of moving on to other places potentially. But don't really feel like a band that isn't kind of personnel specific, if you like. So we don't really feel like getting, just finding new members all the time to fill in the spots, because it's more about this group of people. But no, definitely we'd like to get some more tunes laid down before things wrap up. A few more gigs.
Any last words?
just keep it real, I guess.
So I think the answer is no.
Hop on the good foot and
No.
Just,
I think that's it.
we just want to